Warning: this video may contain unsavory and unpopular opinions about roller coasters in this video. All content not created by Coaster Scouts will be properly credited within the video's description and within the video itself. Furthermore, some of the statements I make in this video might be wrong, and I highly encourage and appreciate you all for correcting me on my mistakes. Do not put my opinions on a pedestal. I'm just a regular coaster enthusiast whose opinions are no more important than everyone else's. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hello everybody and welcome to the third episode of First Impressions. As we pass the halfway point of the new roller coasters for 2019 in our previous episode, we will begin the second half of our journey looking into the three roller coasters coming to the mid-American states of Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois. These three roller coasters will include Dragon Flier from Dollywood, Kentucky Flyer from Kentucky Kingdom, and Maxx Force from Six Flags Great America. So without further ado, let's take a look. Now it's important to note that Dragon Flier is one of several attractions that will be going into a new themed section of Dollywood known as Wildwood Grove. By the looks of it, this section seems to be geared more towards attracting families and children to the park rather than the average coaster enthusiast. And I'm perfectly fine with Dollywood focusing their next attractions on the family and children demographic. As such, I believe that Dragon Flyer's addition to Dollywood's coaster lineup will greatly improve the kiddie coasters in that park. Besides Dragon Flyer, the only kiddie coasters Dollywood has to offer are Firechaser Express, Whistle Punk Coaster, and their version of Fire in the Hole known as Blazing Fury. These coasters do provide some options for children to have some fun and experience some mild thrills. With that in mind, adding Dragon Flyer into the mix gives children another attraction that they can go on and stick around Dollywood for a little bit longer. If Flying Ace Aerial Chase is anything to come by, I feel like Dragon Flyer's ride will be mildly fun and enjoyable for all the kids, but it probably won't age well since many roller coasters from Vekoma tend not to age well. The key benefit I see with Kentucky Flyer is how it's going to bolster the wooden roller coaster collection of Kentucky Kingdom. As of now, Thunder Run is the only wooden roller coaster at Kentucky Kingdom. This makes me feel like there's only one roller coaster that can serve as a middle ground between Roller Skater and the incredible duo of Lightning Run and Storm Chaser. With Kentucky Flyer put into the mix, there's another opportunity for future coaster enthusiasts to experience the thrills of a wooden roller coaster and help them bridge the gap between the kiddie and adult roller coasters. As a coaster enthusiast with no ride experience on a Gravity Group Timberliner, I hope that this type of wooden roller coaster will be really fun and enjoyable to experience. I'm glad that Kentucky Kingdom is taking the chance to work with Gravity Group on Kentucky Flyer. However, there was a time where Kentucky Flyer was almost on the chopping block due to a cataclysm of circumstances. For those of you who don't know, in the late fall of 2018, there was news around the coaster enthusiast world that Kentucky Flyer was in jeopardy due to the place where the coaster was supposed to be built. From what I saw and heard from other coaster enthusiasts, all of Kentucky Flyer was placed within the land of Kentucky Kingdom, except for the coaster's turnaround. That bit of the coaster went into the land owned by the Kentucky State Fair. Naturally, the Kentucky State Fair barred Kentucky Kingdom from using their land for the turnaround because they own it. However, the outrage and social pressure from the coaster enthusiast community forced the Kentucky State Fair's hand to surrender their land for Kentucky Flyer. This event, no matter how quickly the conflict was resolved, did seed some uncertainty in my mind about Kentucky Flyer. I wonder if the situation could have been avoided, and if so, why Ed Hart and his team didn't avoid this debacle. Regardless, I believe that this event should be taken into consideration when constructing future attractions. Hopefully, Kentucky Kingdom and the Kentucky State Fair will take this event as a learning opportunity and use it to help better future relations between themselves. When I look at Maxx Force, I see a Midwest version of Full Throttle. I say this because Maxx Force certainly offers some awesome ride elements in its ride layout, but it doesn't provide enough space and ride time for me to consider it a complete roller coaster. Don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy the look of Maxx Force's ride elements, especially that 60-mile-per-hour barrel roll. But when Maxx Force ends the ride at the bottom of a dive loop just right after the 60-mile-per-hour barrel roll, it makes me think, is that it? I mean, is this really it? I'm sure that the park executives at Six Flags Great America are doing their best to work with the land that they have, but to a regular coaster enthusiast like myself, I feel a little disappointed that there isn't more ride elements on Maxx Force. More ride elements would make this thing a more complete roller coaster in my eyes, and in this bit of announcement, I really hope that it would be. Oh well. Despite that, I hope that the ride elements on Maxx Force will give a fun and thrilling experience, despite how short the ride experience will be. Regardless, it'll be nice to compare Maxx Force with Powder Keg to see which one is the best SNS air-launched coaster in the Midwest. I look forward to riding it pretty soon. Those are my first impressions on the new roller coasters coming to Mid-America. I hope that you will stick around for the next episode of First Impressions, as we will be wrapping up the new roller coasters of 2019 by looking at coasters coming to the state of California and overseas to the island of Japan. I'll see you all soon. Ja matane.